In today's episode, we investigate Fast Eddie to see if his claim matches up with reality. Because unlike other channels, we don't just run with any old bullshit over here. We actually try our best to verify if something holds up to scrutiny. So let's scrutinize Eddie Hearn.
When we signed for the rematch, we gave His Excellency the right to do the third fight because it's only fair for Artur Beterbiev. So that's it. But also, it doesn't matter whether we were offered 20 million. Contractually, we couldn't do it.
At first glance, it all seems pretty clear cut. Hearn and Bivol supposedly had their hands tied to a Turkey contract for a trilogy, leaving them with no choice in the matter. I guess that's that then. Or is it? Let's dig a little deeper.
But he's the king. So we will make the decisions, what's best for his career. Obviously, His Excellency has been amazing to us, and to get that rematch so quickly, we thank him, and we will listen to him with the plan for what's next. Benavidez, Canelo rematch, Beterbiev trilogy. He's got mandatories now, but he sits at the top of the tree. Callum Smith's a mandatory. They're all mandatory. There's other mandatories for other belts. But he's the king.
You have plenty of options. You have the trilogy. You have maybe a Canelo rematch has been spoken about, or David Benavidez, who was in attendance last night. What do you think makes most sense for you to take place next?
I can add also Callum Smith, because Eddie told me that he's now...
WBO interim.
Yeah. And cruiserweight also, before Turk Al-Sheikh asked me about cruiserweight, potential fight in cruiserweight. But now, today, I don't want to think about boxing at all. Because I didn't have plans, to be honest, to what I'm gonna do after this fight. I was living only until this fight. First of all, I need to rest a little bit, talk with my team, talk with Turk Al-Sheikh, and to see what is going on, to see what people want to see, and to get some offer and say yes to this offer.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, do you notice the problem here? Do you see a little contradiction? It seems Eddie is not only being contradicted by Bivol, but also by himself just a few months earlier. Right after the fight, they were literally boasting about the plethora of options available to them. They rattled off so many possibilities, it was hard to keep track. Now, if they were contractually obligated to a trilogy, wouldn't they have said the opposite? Wouldn't Eddie have said they had no other options and were contractually obligated? Basically what he said last week. So if he said that last week, why didn't he say it last month? That leaves us with two possibilities. Eddie and Bivol somehow forgot they had a binding contract for a trilogy fight, or there was no contract, and Eddie made it up after the fact to shield himself and Bivol from criticism. Now ask yourself, which seems more plausible? The reality of the situation is there was no contract because Eddie never mentioned it in the 2 months prior. Any contract that now exists is a convenient fabrication, conjured up after the PBC and the WBC forced Bivol into fighting Benavidez. Eddie needed to save face after turning down the bigger payday to rematch a 40-year-old instead. Notice how eagerly Bivol and Eddie mentioned Callum Smith as the mandatory? That mandatory talk shriveled up pretty fast when the mandatory became the Mexican monster, didn't it? Sorry, Eddie, your story does not check out. Narrative busted.